I need training. I need to be able to identify hail and with confidence. Okay, I'm going to tell you the way to do it where it's not going to cost you any money, and I'm going to tell you a way to do it. If you want to spend some money, you're definitely going to get a value. There are 2 training courses. Well, there's a lot of training courses, but 2 that I know of that you will definitely receive information that's going to benefit you. Number 1, Building Science Institute in Florida, Matt Mulholland, and those guys over there. They're going to teach you a lot of information about repairability and get you certified in the repairability aspect of a shingle roof. If you go to Dallas, Texas, you can link up with HEG certification courses that will certify you in developing and identifying hail and wind on shingles, tile, residential, commercial buildings. They have many different courses, and this information is probably going to be invaluable to you. You're also going to get documents to support your findings in both of those organizations, and you're going to be able to refer them back whenever you have questions and be able to provide information to make others understand. Now, if you don't have the money, or you don't want to spend the money, or you can't take off and you got responsibilities with your company, we understand. What I would probably suggest is start linking up with public adjusters that are doing documentations, bring them on some of your new claims or new opportunities, and they may do the same to you. And when you're documenting with somebody you've never documented before, it's an opportunity to learn. Some are better than others. I'm in Orlando. If I'm ever asked by a public adjuster to go on a roof and look at a roof, I'm going to do it and document the roof, and I'm going to learn from them. They're probably going to learn from me, and that's what it's all about. We want to be stronger as a whole so that we can get better for the primary benefactor. Documentation is key, and if it's done correctly, it's going to prove the loss beyond a reasonable doubt. We're looking for impact matting. That's what we're looking for. Those are what I mark on the roof, not hail. You want to probably understand, why am I not marking hail marks? Because people say, oh, it's got hail. Look at all the hail. No. If I'm ever asked, what are those marks? Impacts into the matting. 100%. Get ready to the next step once you've mastered the documentation, is being able to explain it to others what you found and why it poses a problem to the roof. Okay, so now we have hail. So what does that mean? What's going to happen to the roof? You want to be able to understand that information too, so that you can identify this information on the roof. Once you identify hail on a roof, then what's the next step? Lining up with storm data. When I go on a roof, what's the first thing I put on there? The compass. I get my compass out of my phone and I write it on the roof. And if the storm came from the north, and that's the back side of the house, if the damage on the roof is greater on the back, which it would be if that was the storm, and than it is on the front, we now linked it to a date. Now, if you link it to a storm and you can prove the damage on the roof, that's going to be hard to overcome. There's a lot of other ways to be thorough, but you probably want to write your process down and then develop your process with others that may teach you, or you may learn from them and they may learn from you. And I'm going to tell you, that's where I got my experience from. When I go under deposition, they say, what's your claim to fame? Experience. I've been doing it for a long time. I try to be as fair and as accurate if I can, but all I'm doing is identifying and leaving. Most of the jobs that I document, I'm not affiliated with the work. And I like being in that scenario.